Concerned this video, if I make it wrong, it's going to come across like a big circle jerk, and that's the last thing I want. We have enough of them in this movement. However, I've just watched a video by Vindicator, and okay, so my just full disclosure, my name's mentioned in it a few times, and you may think, oh, Tom's flattered, Tom's making a video. No, it's the bigger picture that I want to focus on. Vindicator has given a lot of people credit, and he gives himself a bit, but not enough. In his last video, what he's done is he has attacked the things that need to be attacked without the hatred and the pettiness that you see, the trolls and that the people that just hate on people for the sake of it. He's not doing that. He is making a solid argument about the things he sees that are wrong inside this movement. A solid argument. He doesn't resort to name calling. He doesn't resort to trying to rip people down. He's just speaking his truth. I said to you the age of the truth teller was gone. And it pretty much is. But people like Vindicator, he stood up on his video. And I don't watch his videos all the time because I don't watch anybody's videos all the time. You know I don't like to be influenced. So I try not to watch people's, but you know, I do check it. Like I say, I check in people I appreciate. And watching this today, he is showing real courage because he knows, right? He must know. He could go up and stand up and say what he's just said, and either people are going to be all for it, or people are going to hate on him and pick on him for it. Now I think they're wise enough to see that he's right, but it's a risk that he takes. It's another kind of risk that we have in this movement that isn't spoken about, and that is the black sheep risk of saying the wrong thing at the wrong time, and then everyone turns on you. He don't care because he's going to speak the truth. And to the point where I watched this video, I thought, do you know what? Even I, maybe on a couple of things, have held back maybe where I shouldn't, you know. And again, I don't want it to come across as a big circle jerk. So if I start mentioning names like Danny Roscoe, but I have to because Danny, I've seen struggle. With me and Danny, right, have both got things on the shelf, projects, and we both discussed. He'll say to me, oh, because I would say to him, I was working on something and now I've had to shelve it because I can't finish it and I feel like a loser. And he would say, Tom, I've got 3 on the shelf, the same state, you know. And so you make yourself feel a bit better knowing that you're not the only one. But he's another one. When he's on the streets, he doesn't hide in numbers, or he's out there. He's front foot. And he just says what he wants to say. This is a well of beauty. This is courage. It's a different kind of courage. This is courage to be just honest. To a fault. Honest to a fault. To pick the things that are wrong because you want them to be right. That's the thing. It's not. He's not doing it for hatred. Nobody who's doing well. There's certain names we know, but what I'm talking about is nobody within our kind of groups are ever picking on anything out of hatred, bitterness. What is it? Jealousy. We get it's thrown at us sometimes. No, it's because we want things to be right, to be good, to be better, to be as good as they can be, and anybody that is leeching from the movement, anybody that is pretending in the movement, is taking away some of our integrity and it's taking away some of our ability to do for ourselves, for our people. It takes away some ability to share the risk. So it's absolutely right to point out that certain people are just feeding off it like flies around shit and bees around honey. It always happens. Wherever there's something like that, it always happens. But he's got the balls to call it out and say it. And in a way that I probably couldn't because I end up swearing like I'm doing now. But he, you know, and he said it in his video, but I just want to stress this as well. I can name Danny Tom, I can name Shillits, I can name Vindicator, but there's a lot of other people as well whose name I don't even know. They probably don't even know my name. But they are out there, I've seen them. And they're struggling just as much, and they're seeing all the same truths that we are. Because we're all close enough to have a certain perspective. And you can call it jealousy, You can call it whatever you want, but nobody wants to depose anybody. Nobody's looking to take over a movement. Nobody's looking to make money. So, jealous of what? There is right and there is wrong. And we came on these platforms to fight wrong. Now, what is the point in fighting the wrong on the left if you are not prepared to call out shit on your own side when you see it? There's no point, because you are in a glass house with rotten foundations throwing rocks. It's ridiculous. And yet, as I said, with the new, I don't mind if my favourite creator lies because he's popular and I like him. It's not good enough. Like, we need to, even, like I've always said, you don't need to hate someone to call out a lie. I've always said, keep your leaders honest by pulling them on a lie, especially if it's a small one, because they'll know that you caught them on the lie. They may not admit it, but they may think twice about it the second time round. Right? It's how you keep your leaders honest. How you keep people honest is by not constantly criticising, but constantly noticing when something needs to be criticised and calling it out. If you don't, the behaviour gets worse because people go, oh, we're getting away with it, nobody cares. But when people start caring and say, well, that's no good, we're not having that. That's when things start to change. And sharing the risk, in this case, doesn't just mean sharing the risk in terms of the dangers that we face. Please excuse me, I am having a very nervous day today, so I don't know if the phone's going all over the place, but I'm full of adrenaline. But it's a different kind of sharing the risk, and it's the risk to be honest, not just about the subjects that you're expected to be honest about, Islam and all the other things, but about everything. When we first started doing all this, most of us came on here to do one thing, and that was to be as honest as we could be, given YouTube filters and everything else. Yeah? And as honest as we could be, given that if certain projects we were doing, if we give it away, the project's blown. You know, things like that, obviously. And again, I don't want it to be a big circle jerk. So understand that there are people out there with no name. And a lot of those are trying to build a YouTube up, pay their dues. I believe in you paying your dues. You build up from scratch. You scratch and fight your way up. Because then you've learned all the lessons you need to learn to appreciate it when you get there. I know this from pure experience. When you got people coming in and they bought 100,000 subscribers and they put so-and-so news on their title and it looks like they're a big website, a big channel, but they've come out of nowhere. Does that not make you suspicious when they just, there's this channel with 100,000 subscribers, didn't see it build up, and I've showed you the mechanism how you buy subscribers. It's very cheap, especially if you've got money. If you're loaded, I showed you the prices on there. If you're loaded, you can buy a lot of people. Ridiculous. You're only fooling yourself. But when you get up to 1 million or something, if you could afford that many, which they can, then people believe it.